In early 1854, on the banks of the Mississippi River, at the small port of Cape Girardeau, Johann Gottlieb Penzl sets foot in a new land. He didn't fathom the success his family descendants would have in the coming decades. By the mid-1800s, Germany wasn't yet a unified nation. The German Empire hadn't been created by Prussia. At the time, the German Zollverein was slowly unifying the German states. The imperial powers of Europe had grown their massive landholdings across the world, with the British and the French gaining the most. Russia was expanding ferociously into Siberia and Alaska, but Germany had yet to unify. The Germans at this time were only beginning to industrialize, so national competition was only in its infancy. It was common for land to be owned by noble families and royalty, but not for ordinary citizens. Across the Atlantic, enormous tracts of land opened up from the purchases of French and Spanish colonies. The United States had also just taken land from Mexico, uniting the eastern seaboard to the Pacific Ocean. Citizens of the United States were actively encouraged to move west, and the opportunity to purchase land, large swaths of it, was something unseen in Europe. This became the impetus for Europeans to immigrate by the millions. The Penzl family has a long history of builders, going back 9 generations, 6 in the United States and 3 in Germany. By the 1850s, in Saxony, Johann Gottlieb Penzl must have heard about the land opportunities awaiting in the western United States. The family had been living in the area of Marxneukirchen at the time, near the border of the Austrian Empire. On leaving Saxony, Johann took his family to northwest Germany, to Bremen. It was here where they all boarded a ship named Ella. In November 7, 1853, the Ella arrived in New Orleans. The Penzls entered into a period of immigration lasting 3 months. By early 1854, Johann took his family on another ship, a paddle wheeler, traveling up the Mississippi to the small port of Cape Girardeau. There, on the banks of the river, Johann caught a glimpse of a construction project on the hill, a building that was to become the Court of Common Pleas. Here, Johann purchased 101 acres just north of Cape Girardeau, in the small village of Jackson. His son, Gustav, was born in 1855, and it was during these early years that Johann finalized his citizenship, becoming a citizen in 1859. In the following decades, Gustav continued the family tradition of building and home construction in Jackson and the surrounding area. The family was also busy keeping up with their new farm and all the land associated. On February 13, 1877, Gustav Penzl married Caroline Brennecke, and by 1879, the couple would welcome their son, Linus, into the family. Linus Penzl grew up being taught the family business, eventually becoming a carpenter like his father. Johann would pass away on August 21, 1889. When Linus was approximately 24 or 25, he got into an argument with Gustav about the family business. This feud precipitated his move to St. Louis, where he was forced to become a card-carrying carpenter due to the predominance of unions. Here, Linus gained experience working to construct the Louisiana Purchase Exposition, more widely known as the World's Fair of 1904. The World's Fair contributed to many new inventions that went on to build 20th century life. The automobile, X-ray machines, airplanes, streetcars, while also holding the first Olympic Games in the United States that summer. Several years later, Linus moved to San Antonio, where he continued to build homes. It was there in Texas where Linus had a son, Carl Linus Penzel, on September 21, 1908. During these years away from Missouri, Linus gained much experience in his craft and how to take larger projects from concept to reality. In early 1910, rumors circulated that Linus was returning to Jackson with the intent of starting a construction company. He arrived late on March 31, 1910, and had the paperwork drawn up the next day, founding Penzel Construction Company. The company continued to build homes throughout the years of World War I in the Jackson area, but it wouldn't be long before the influence of the company would grow exponentially.